Good evening, Ravens flock. Welcome into another show. I hope everyone is doing well. How are you, Hendo?
I am all right. Yourself?
I'm doing okay. Some sad news today, this week. It's been a heavy past week with the loss of Jesse Jackson earlier this week. And then today, one of their own, Vikings wide receiver. Um, you
Jordan
know,
Addison. I mean, not Jordan Addison.
no,
What is his name?
run I was just looking at it earlier, right before a little bit ago before the stream. Drop it in the chat real quick. He passed away. Rondale Moore.
Rondell Moore.
Rondale Moore passed away, and even though he's not wasn't a member of the flock, he's still a human being, still a great athlete. A lot of promise, a lot of potential. 25 years old,
Oh,
and thoughts and prayers for the family, his mother. Thoughts and prayers for his teammates, just, for the whole Vikings organization. And, I remember a couple of years ago, it was an accident that happened not too far from where I used to live in Maryland. And it was the preseason, and it was a Vikings gentleman who had just gotten drafted. I can't even recall his name. Somebody knows. I'm sure you're going to put it in the chat. And he passed away in a car accident. I said, oh, gosh, wow. And now, again, here we are. I think that might have been 2 years ago, maybe. And now here we are again with the Vikings. Another member. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Crystal. Kyrie Jackson. That's the one. Yeah. So it's been a sad week. But it's been heavy, but we're here. And we're glad you all are here with us, too, because, part of what we do as content creators is we kind of have to press through. And it's always good to see each and every one of you because it does help us get through the more difficult times. So thank you for being here. With that, we'll start with giving a couple of shout outs real quick. I see you, Crystal. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Antoine, I see you. Point. Praveen, good evening. Good evening. Rainmaker, thank you. I see Tanja. Good Sunday evening to you. Salute. Yes, I see all of you. Thank you. Yeah. Tyreek Hill. We're going to talk about Tyreek Hill in a little bit. Yes, Lady Laura Baltimore. It's been a tough week. Team Ramey, thank you. Thank you. Rondale. Yes. Thank you. Game Too Easy. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, his mother is in heaven right now. Oh, okay. I didn't know his mother passed away. I didn't know that. But his shout out to, not shout out, but prayers up for his family. And
indeed.
Yeah, for sure. So make sure you all take care of yourselves. And I say this all the time. My heart goes out to Reese. Yes, Rondell, rest in peace. Mental illness is real. And I say this, and I said it in a couple of streams that we did a little while ago. And I said, young men who are watching, it is always the burden that you carry. It's the weight that you carry. Most of you do it silently. A lot of you don't talk about it. You just carry it, whether it's you carry the load for your family, whether it is you carry the load for your job, whatever it is, you carry so much. And mental health should always be a priority. If you need to talk to someone, it's okay. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you less than. I'm tough. I'm a man. I can't be emotional. I can't be upset, or I can't grieve, or I can't be sad. Yes, you can. And it's okay. So just make sure that you're taking care of yourselves, and not just men, ladies too. But make sure you take care of yourselves. It's important. We need you. Hey, Manav, how you doing? Good to see you. Look, we're going to talk some Ravens tonight. We're going to talk some Ravens. Black Daniels, thank you. Clifton Harris, I see you. Oh, well, that's a fun topic. Let's get into that in a little bit, Clifton. Thank you for that. That's a very good projection. What are the records going to be for those AFC North teams. We'll talk about it in just a bit. So I'll put a pin in that. What's the record going to be like? Way too early record prediction for next year for these AFC North teams are. But let's start with some cuts have been made, and primarily it's been in the Dolphins camp. They've been releasing players. Hey, Jay the Six, great stream the other night. Make sure you guys go over and subscribe to Jay the Six.
Indeed.
He's doing great. He's putting out some good content. So make sure you go. Shelly Shell, I see you. Thank you for being here. Mark, thank you. Or Marcel Nelson, thank you. Black Eyes, I appreciate it. The Dolphins have been cutting people left and right. Tyreek Hill is one of them. Bradley Chubb is another. Do we go get one of them? Do we need to get one of them? Hendo, the question was earlier, bring Tyreek Hill in, please, and thank you. What are your thoughts?
Most definitely. I mean, he could help us. I know he's not going to be ready for the beginning of the season, but I think eventually, if he can regain that speed, that's something that we desperately need. But he would not be the end all be all. I would not be satisfied with just getting a Tyreek Hill. We are known for signing 32, 34, 36-year-old wide receivers and bringing them into the team and hoping they can help out. But I just think that what we've seen from Rashad Bateman recently, we need to upgrade that wide receiver 2 position. We're not asking Tyreek to come in and be the 1,900-yard receiver. We're asking him to come in, take the top off, draw coverages his way. So that is something that I would desperately need for this team. And I also think that the Dolphins are going to release, or they release Minka Fitzpatrick. But
I think they released him.
We don't need no another safety, though.
No, stop. Just stop. Tyreek Hill, here's where I am with that. I'm going to stand on my previous. I appreciate you, David. I appreciate you. Zeppia, thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
What I do here and what we do and what we're all trying to build here is not just, we come on in front of a camera, we talk Ravens. Of course, that's what we do, and we love that and we enjoy it. But it's also about reaching out to one another and letting you know you're not alone. I have rough, and I'm very open about, hey, I have rough days. I have some heavy days, but I can turn on my camera, I can chop it up with you guys, and it takes a little bit of the stress or the anxiety or the weight of life. Sometimes it takes it off of my plate for a little bit.
It's a distraction.
It's a definitely. So what I said in the beginning, I mean it. Take care of yourselves, because there's only one you. There is only one you, and you cannot be replaced. And I want to see all of you here, especially my guy, Mad Roster. Mad Roster having me laughing every episode, but I appreciate you for coming by, and I appreciate your support. Thank you for the $2 donation. He writes, salute to the work y'all do. Great content. I appreciate you. I do. And here you go, Mad Roster. You're already getting started. Oh, there's Florence. Good to see you. Hey, Florence. Thank you for being here. My thoughts on Tyreek Hill, and I'm going to stand on this. He is an amazing player. He's still a great athlete, has a lot left in the tank, I believe. However, when you talk about coming off of such a gruesome injury, it's been said that an injury like that, it takes a good full year. I mean, a full year post-injury before that player starts to even round back into form. I don't want to have to wait a year and a half before we start to see, okay, now we're starting to see Tyreek Hill. Okay, now we're getting that kind of production that we need from him. I like Tyreek, I do, but I'm going to pass. At this point right now, my mind, I'm so focused on, let us get this team back to where we were and even better. And let's get us to a Super Bowl. And I don't want to have to wait, 10, 15, 20,000, 50, 11 years to do it either. I don't want this offseason. I don't want projects. I don't want players who are injured. I don't want, quote, steals of the draft, but for this happened to them. I don't want those who slide down the chart in terms of draft picks because they didn't have a great combine. I don't want any of that. Mm-hmm. I want to take the guys right now who are ready. And of course, injury is a part of this game. Football's a rough sport. It is. And you can pick a guy in the draft, or you can pick a healthy guy in free agency, and there's no guarantee that he won't get injured. I'm not speaking that on anybody, but it's a part of the game. But let's not go into it knowing that this is what we have to contend with. And right now, we can stand to use a wide receiver. We really can. Because, and let's face it, are we really going to keep Isaiah Likely after what he said and his what he had to share this past week? Are we keeping Isaiah? I know he's not a wide receiver, but he's still a target that we can use.
Mhm.
And are we keeping him?
I don't know. I put out a video this morning giving an opportunity for the Ravens to keep him. It's a possibility. It's far fetched. It's a long shot, but there is a way that they can keep him.
Yeah, of course. Where there's a will, there's a way, but do we always make a way?
No, and
Okay.
especially listen to your general manager. I heard he's been backtracking on the things that he said about making a splash in free agency and all. So there goes that. But
Mm,
I'll take Alec Pierce. I mean, she said something about Tyreek Hill being injured. Yes, if it takes him a full year to come back, that'll
mhm.
bring him back right after midseason. But if not, you go get a healthy Alec Pierce. He's not going to cost as much,
Yeah.
and he can take the top off of defense. So that is certainly an opportunity and somebody that the Ravens could target. We just don't know with the new coaching staff what direction that they're going to go in.
Yeah. I don't think that Isaiah Likely is coming back. There's a path that we can keep him, but I don't think it's I don't I'm not trying to, no pun intended. I don't think it's likely. I don't think we are going to keep him. I'd love to, but reality is, hey, that means we have overpaid Mark Andrews, then we would keep Isaiah Likely. What about Charlie Kolar?
He's out of here. But in my scenario, Mark Andrews is headed to New York.
I know that, but okay. And we appreciate Hendo for his creativity. Make sure after this stream you go and click on Hendo's video that he released this morning. Make sure you watch that. Yeah, make sure you do. Hey there. Thank you for being here, Joanne. We appreciate it.
Yes, indeed.
But yeah. Pierce is a better deep threat than Bate. But look, and he might be. He might be. But at this point, hey, Imani, thank you. Yeah, I think she's saying, I hope so, in terms of, are we keeping Isaiah? It'd be great. But let me tell you what, I see these other streams. I'm watching other YouTubers from different fan bases, the Bills, the Steelers. I'm watching the Dolphins. All of them are sniffing around. We should go get Isaiah Likely. Man, what would we do with Isaiah Likely? And I'm like, okay, Ravens, you don't see his what he can do. You don't see his potential. You don't see that. You don't see how he can produce. Okay.
They have seen how he produced, and wasn't even 500 yards at the most.
Okay,
And,
I have a theory about that.
You have a theory. So when Mark Andrews was hurt, and he got an opportunity to be the focal point at the tight end position, he couldn't get 500 yards. And I'm not saying that he can't get 500 yards. I think with a better opportunity and a better offense coordinator, because I tried to tell y'all, Todd Monken was not that guy. For a guy that was supposed to come in and specialize the tight end position, he ain't show me much. But there is, like you said, there's an opportunity. He has not, Isaiah Likely has far from reached his full potential. And you asked what he said. He said that he learned enough from Mark Andrews to want to go somewhere and be the focal point of an offense. He wants to gel with a quarterback and be the top option and have them put points on the board and get yards through the air. So he opened the possibility of maybe reunite with Todd Monken in Cleveland, maybe with John Harbaugh in New York. He may go to his hometown, New England Patriots. It's kind of hard to say.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, he did get hurt this year. He did. I think what Hendo was saying was 2 seasons ago, and he was hurt that year too, I believe. He was also coming. No. It was Mark Andrews who got hurt.
Mark Andrews got hurt.
Right. So I think what he was saying in this scenario, curve perception, is yes, Mark Andrews had an injury earlier in the season, but when he came back from injury, he did return. When he came back from injury, how much did Lamar Jackson look his way? It's not saying a whole lot. It's not saying much, because honestly, whose direction did Lamar Jackson look to other than Zay Flowers on a consistent basis?
I mean, listen, it's a fair argument either way. I mean, he didn't get many opportunities this season, but when he did get some opportunities, he dropped a touchdown in Pittsburgh. He fumbled the ball in New England. Like, he had opportunities, and he, in a contract year, didn't produce too much. He had like 306 yards or something like that. And it wasn't all his fault, because outside of Zay Flowers, nobody really did much of anything on this team with the passing game. So it's
Mm-mm.
kind of hard to project, but I do think in the right system, being that he would be tight end one and get the majority of the snaps, I do think that he can produce. But is he going to produce at a $16 million level? That's the question. And I know that there are going to be some teams out there that are willing to pay him that much. I know the Ravens possibly aren't, especially with Mark Andrews receiving 13 million this season. So
That is just
an argument can be made either way.
you talk about fumbling the bag with that. Like 13 million to Mark Andrews. I don't get that. I don't understand that one. But Kobe Pruitt, thank you for being here. Thank you for the $5 super chat. We appreciate the support. He writes, it makes more sense to get Michael Pittman when he is cut from the Colts than focus on keeping Lindy, getting Chubb and Zeitler. Go BPA in the draft. Best player available. We don't ever go BPA. We rarely go BPA. Rarely. And the theory is now, okay, well, under this new leadership that we have, is EDC going to change his drafting philosophy? Is EDC, and that's the question. Tomorrow starts the combine, the 23rd. Tomorrow begins, and we're going to get a real good glimpse into, well, I hope our scouts are out there doing their job, but I've heard talks about the Ravens scouting unit. That's just whatever.
Right.
But we're going to really get a chance to see not just your measurables, not just guys' height, weight, all of those things that we look for, speed, everything. But we're also going to we're going to get, a bird's eye view into those intangibles. Is this guy a good fit for the organization? Is this guy a good fit for the direction that this team is heading, whether it's offensively or defensively? So, but going back to Kobe Pruitt, you say, let's not focus on keeping Linderbaum and getting Chubb and Zeitler. My only thing about Zeitler, and I'll turn it over to Hendo. My only thing about Zeitler, I asked, I think in like a stream or two ago, I said, how old is Zeitler? I believe he's 36. That's my only reservation. Can he keep going? Can he keep going for another year? I don't know. At an offensive line position.
Right.
Can he do it? I don't know. What are your thoughts, Hendo?
So many thoughts. This is how we are brainwashed. Well, a lot of us as Ravens fans. We can re-sign Linderbaum and get Chubb and Zeitler if we really wanted to. Like, it doesn't have to be an either-or situation. And let me ask you a question, Kobe. I'm not picking on you, but you say go best player available in the draft. Now, let's say we have a bit of deja vu. Let's say at the 14th pick, the best player available is safety Caleb Downs. Do we take a third first-round safety?
We better not. Because
I'm just saying it's BPA, because
I get it.
Some people say he is the best talent in the draft, and if he's available at 14, do we go BPA and take another safety?
No, I'm sorry. I would have to disagree with you there, because that's going to be an automatic. I turn my camera on. I don't even have nothing scripted, but y'all just gonna get whatever comes up is gonna come out. But that's what it's going to be. We do have another super chat. Thanks for coming back and doubling it up, Kobe. We appreciate you. Thank you for the $2 donation. He writes, Raven lost likely when they extended Andrews. I believe so. I believe you're 100% correct. There's a comment I wanted to get to, and it is from two-time.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna get this comment first. Paying $20 million for a center is crazy. Paying $20 million for an inside linebacker is crazy as well. Paying $20 million for a safety is crazy.
How much did we pay Marcus Williams?
We gave him $72 million contract.
And how many years?
I think it was like
3 or 4.
4 maybe.
Okay. And didn't he make it to the bench for half of the season. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of that had to do with Zach Orr.
You can say what it had to do with it and what it didn't, but the point is, when he was on the field, what did he look like? There you go. I wanted to go back to a comment. 2 times the fight. Hey there, welcome into the show. He says EDC has done a great job drafting. I want you to name 5 draft picks over the last, I'll be generous, 3 seasons, 5 that have been instantaneous. They were drafted, they immediately produced. Go. That's not for you, Hendo. That's
No, I'm
for
not gonna say anything. All I was gonna say is, I mean, if that's what you believe, that's what you believe. But all I have to say about that is, if you said he did good drafting, I could say, okay, but you say great drafting. If he does great drafting, why is it the players that he selects, we have to double down in free agency and get guys to replace those people? If he does such great drafting, why do we still need to re-sign a center, get 2 guards, get an edge, get defensive tackles, get another cornerback, maybe a third safety, depending upon how they feel? If he does such great drafting, why do we still have the same holes continuously each and every season? Oh, I'm sorry. And we need another wide receiver.
That's what I'm saying. You just ran through the entire football team sans the quarterback. You just named almost every position.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying. So yes, I agree with you, Wallace. Hamilton would be one. But I said, give me 5 over the last 3 years, 5 draft picks, because we normally have double-digit draft picks. We always have 10, 11.
No, Yolanda. Give me 5 since 2019.
I was being gracious. I said 3 years, but okay. Hendo wants to be extremely generous. Give me 5. So Hamilton is 1. If you want to take Tyler Linderbaum and add him to that one is 2.
Apparently, they don't think that he's.
I know. I'm just saying. I think Tyler Linderbaum is still a good draft pick. I do. I'm going to say Tyler Linderbaum had to struggle because he was making up. Wait, he said that's it. Wait, Wallace. I was going to say Hamilton. That's it. Yikes. But
multiple adults.
Yeah, but okay. So Hamilton, Linderbaum. This is me. I'm saying Linderbaum, Teddy, Buchanan.
Did you say solid or great?
I said great. The word.
Listen. If you say great, you can take Linderbaum out because Ravens fans don't believe in him. Most of them don't. Teddy, not great. He was really good before he got hurt. Roger had a great rookie season, but he fell off a cliff last year. So 3 of those are gone, and we're stuck on Kyle.
So we're still yet to get 5, but we're gonna move on because the point I'm trying to make here, it wasn't okay necessarily like, okay, do we have 5? The point is, look how you have to struggle and dig deep into the recesses of your mind to think about, man, who do we have?
Jordan Stout. He's a Pro Bowler.
So it's Tyler Huntley. What's your point?
I mean, he's a 3-time Pro Bowler, but
I was trying to
get some help.
Okay. So the point I was trying to make is, in my opinion, and again, we respect everybody's opinion. No, it's just we're just talking. We're just having conversation.
Zay.
That's what I say. I was at like 3, so I was going to add Zay to the list.
He's at 2.
No, I said Teddy.
No, he's
the
not
center.
Great. He's not great. I think Linderbaum's great.
Okay, so Linderbaum, Hamilton, Zay.
Right.
Hold on.
That's why I said 2019.
Argument can be made about likely. I think he's good, but I don't think he's great. Oh, Imani, you didn't have to go there. 77 is a Pro Bowler. Now you know who's exactly black.
Whoa. He's an alternate Pro Bowler. That's not.
He's an alternate. And that's because they didn't have nobody else available. But my point is, going back to this, I feel like, in my opinion, EDC has not done a great job in drafting, because we are here struggling to find 5 players over a span of 6 years that we can say, or 5 seasons, that we can say, yeah. And we've had at least 10 draft picks every year. At least 10.
He's all right. Not great.
So my point is, when we talk about EDC's ability to draft, his philosophy is really going to need to change this year, and we better not go. We better not go DB first round. I just know that. Because you think about your first. I'm going to say your first 3 rounds, round 1, 2, and 3 of the draft. Those need to be instant starters to me. Those need to be day 1 starters, not projects, not somebody who needs work, not somebody who has potential, and we just need to develop them. And we don't need experiments. Rounds 1, 2, 3, you need to be ready, set, go.
Him said burnt food.
What happened?
He named burnt food in there. Wiggins.
Why are you calling him burnt toast? Wiggins is not bad.
He's not bad. He's not great.
I was just about to say Wiggins is not bad. He's just not great.
And Matabika
He just needs to put on some weight.
Matabika had 1 good season.
Yeah, Matabike had 1 good season, got paid, and then, and it's not his fault. Will we see Matabike back again? I don't know.
I hope so.
I hope so, but that's not a guarantee. We haven't heard the first thing. We saw the tweet 2 weeks ago and nothing since. The tweet was good news, prayer hands, emoji, the end.
Edge rushers left. You mean after he drafted edge rushers and then signed 2 more in free agency, and they left, and he signed some more in free agency after drafting more edge rushers. Yeah, it's great drafting. That's why we have so many needs. So listen, and I was thinking about, excuse me, I was thinking about this today, and we're not going to stay on this too much longer. But I was thinking about what general manager in the NFL is going to tell his team our offensive line is going to be good next year after coming off an AFC Championship game. Who's worried about the following year instead of worried about the current year when you were 1 game away from the Super Bowl? What general manager does that? In my opinion, not great one does. I'm like, who's concentrating on 2025 when in 2024 you have a real opportunity to go out and win a Super Bowl? That's your great general manager.
Yeah. And I think Tanja hit on it. Tanja, you're right. What I'm focused on for EDC, we need to build these trenches this year.
And
that's it.
He said that.
I know.
Your general manager said we need to be strong in the trenches. And
we'll
said, you know what? I ain't gonna be the one.
This is what I'm saying. In life, here, let me take 2.5. In life, when people tell you something and their actions don't line up with their words, please believe their actions. Don't believe what they tell you. Don't listen to that. If their actions tell you something different, go with that. So I don't care what EDC told us. I don't care that he said he's working on it. He's got a plan for these trenches. Okay, then we get to day 1 in the draft, and who did we select in the first round last year? Was it someone who plays O-line or D-line? Oh, okay. There you go. So at this point, I need to see what EDC is going to do. Not what he's going to say. I don't want to hear any more about the press conferences and this and that. We get little sneak peeks after the, combine. During the combine, we hear from them. I want to hear it. I want to see what he does. Asmodeus, thank you for being here. Thank you for the $5 donation. We appreciate the support. He writes, to be fair, I wonder if EDC's draft looks bad because we have crap coaches who couldn't develop because 1, they largely suck. 2, most don't play until year 2 or 3. I'm going to start with the second part of your question, or your second part of your I guess it is a question. It's not about, for me, players who can't play much until year 2 or 3, because every year in the last, I don't know how many years, we've had draft picks in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd rounds. Those players, to me, should not just be rotational pieces. Those players should have automatic playing time. Definitely rounds 1 and 2. Arguments can be made about who you select in the 3rd round. Okay, whatever. But certainly your draft picks in rounds 1 and 2 should definitely be day 1 starters. So just because they don't play much until year 2 or 3, that's that's not my business. But yes, I take your point. I take your point to, for the first part of your question, we have not done a good job in having coaches who can develop talent. I agree with you there. Hendo.
Yeah, that's why I'm giving him the slightest of passes for this season to see what he actually does without Harbaugh's influence. Let him be his own man, make his own picks, and not have Harbaugh in his ear talking about we need this guy, go get this guy. So I'm giving him the slightest bit of grace to see what happens. And you're right, some of these coaches that they brought in just weren't developers, and we saw the impact of it when Denard Wilson and Anthony Weaver left, and you had all of these first and second year assistant coaches coming in trying to lead these men. So part of it is EDC. Some of it is John Harbaugh, and some of it has to do with the coaching staff. Now that we have a whole new regime, we're about to see what's going to happen. And we're going to get into one of them coaches because he said something. And I just want to get y'all's opinion on it.
Okay. Okay. Mad Rasta, thank you for coming back with another super chat donation. We appreciate you. He writes, thank you for the $2 donation. He writes, Ojabo alone should get you removed. Now, you know what, Mad Rasta? Okay, you and I normally disagree, but here we go. You're right. This is the type of player that, and we could have had who? George Pickens. But we took David Ojabo because he was the steal of the he could have been the steal of the draft, and he would have gone first round but for that injury.
I would say not removing EDC because of this pick. Because if you think about it, the Michigan ties to Jim Harbaugh, this was definitely a John Harbaugh pick. So I can blame him for not being his own man, but I can see why they picked him. My thing is, we were in need of pass rush. Why would you bring somebody in that was injured that you knew wasn't going to play his first season? Second season, he's coming back from an injury. You don't know what you're going to get. And he damn sure didn't have Aiden Hutchinson on the other side. I'm sorry. He darn sure didn't have Aiden Hutchinson on the other side of him. So, you know, I like I said, in everything that he's done in the past is in the past. This is where we see EDC's worth. We see what he can do as a general manager, because now this is his show to run. And we just judge him going forward.
Yeah. At this point, it starts, I mean, it technically started a few weeks ago, but the real test really begins now. It's right now. That's it. That's it.
I mean, Ojabo pick was pretty stupid, though. I ain't gonna lie. Pretty dumb, but
it doesn't make sense. And that's why I said earlier, I'm at a place right now in my fandom as a Ravens fan. I don't want the injured player, whether it's a free agent, whether it's someone in the draft. I don't want the injured player. I don't want the prospect. I don't want the developmental guy. I don't want the one who's going to be good in about 2 or 3 years from now. He's going to be that dude. I don't want that. Get you somebody right now, because other teams are able to find guys who are really good right now. We just don't. Kobe, thank you for coming back with another donation. Thanks for the $2 donation. We appreciate the support. He writes, EDC doesn't like big swings because they can get you fired. Well, you know what? If you underswing, that should also, too, get you fired.
100%.
Asmodia is coming back. Thank you. Thank you for the $2 donation. He writes, wonder if EDC drafts DBs because Harb's former DB coach.
No, I will say no to that question. I believe that he drafts DBs because back in 2015 was the year just all our defensive backs got injured. And we have Rashawn Melvin out there giving up 215 yards and 2 touchdowns in the playoff game versus the Patriots. And after that season, the Ravens put an emphasis on having too many defensive backs because they didn't want to get left out there like they did during that season. So I think it had more to do with being shell-shocked and PTSD rather than John Harbaugh.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. At this point, Adisa Isaac, you know what? Why you got to bring up Adisa? Because that is Hendo's guy. He is going to talk about Adisa Isaac real bad every chance he can get.
First and foremost, that's not a truth, because what is there to talk about? There are no stats to talk about.
That's my point.
That's crazy.
That's exactly what you're going to do.
I'm not going to talk about the Invisible Man.
What's the other one you talk about? Rasheen Ali. Those are the two. You always have something to say about either Adisa Isaac or Rasheen Ali. It's one of the two. I'm telling you. Go back and watch it.
Drafted a running back to play special teams.
You see what I mean? Do you see that? You guys, you saw that, right? He couldn't just let that go. He had to say something. Go ahead. What about him?
Nothing. I ain't nothing. We gonna keep it pushing.
We are. Thank you, Matt Rasta, for coming
Appreciate
back yet again with a $2 donation. We appreciate you. He writes, EDC really test is Lamar's extra. You know what? At what point do we start to get worried about a Lamar Jackson extension? I know it's super early. I know it is. But if we're talking, we need some cap space, or cap space could help us. At what point do we start to say, all right, y'all gonna get an extension done so we can free up some money and go get a guy in free agency? Hendo?
I mean, I'm not worried at all. I don't really think that this is a test. The test was when he first came up for an extension and you decided to let him play on his 5th year option.
Mm-hmm.
You decided to make him struggle and fight for a contract. I thought that was the real test. This right here, it's inevitable. Like, they're offering him to be the highest paid player in the NFL. They're offering him a chance to be able to sign more talent to get to a Super Bowl if that's what he really wants, which I believe that he does. So it's not really a test. Like, any general manager with a franchise quarterback, a 2-time MVP, in my opinion, it's a layup. It's a slam dunk. So yeah, that really ain't a test.
Someone, I think it was Chef Spicy Rice, said he'll start to get worried probably after March 11th. He'll start to get a little nervous. Hey, we got the Wonderkin show. We got Nitro in the building. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, do what he said, hit the like button. And when you do that after the stream, or you can take 2.5 and head right on over, make sure you are subscribed, watch his content, like his content, support him. He is a Ravens fan who is just out here YouTube crushing it in these YouTube streets, supporting the Baltimore Ravens. But more importantly, he is advocating for Lamar Jackson. That this team need to do right by him, because I'm with you.
And don't forget to hit up the Nitro morning show as well.
That's right. That's right. Make sure you go and support Nitro. Yes, absolutely. Same as Voorhees, injured first year. Also, Emory Jones. We got to stop this. We have to stop being able to just rattle off numerous players who were injured. They couldn't contribute. That we thought they were good, but they really weren't. We just give them a couple more. We need to quit this. Like, how is that moving this team forward? Meanwhile, other teams are figuring it out.
Right.
But yet the Ravens, we just sitting idly by.
Right.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all go check out the Flex Zone as well. We got a lot of content.
Oh, I saw you, Flex Zone. I see you. Yeah, make sure you go and subscribe to the Flex Zone.
All right.
The wondering of kinds of kins.
Yes. And this is something I wanted to talk about. This is what I want to get your opinion on this, and everybody in the chat. So, there's been a big to-do about Declan Doyle's comments about Lamar Jackson. He's made some comments about his play style slightly, but the biggest, I guess, hit to what he said was the fact that he spoke directly to Lamar in an indirect way about being at OTAs. And a lot of people are saying, if you want to be great, if you really want to win that Super Bowl, you have to show up for voluntary OTAs, even though it is voluntary, especially with the new coaching staff, learning a new system. And, it's been some back and forth. Ocho had a lot to say about this. It wasn't pretty, but he said that man won 2 MVPs. This man had one of the 3 greatest seasons by a quarterback in NFL history without OTAs. But if he really wanted to say this and kind of directed at Lamar, he should have done that over the phone. He should have done that in person and not try to slightly discall him out in the media. I know that Jesse Minter said he wanted to bring in coaches that held these players accountable, which I love. Like, I don't care if you're the superstar or the last man on the bench. You need to hold these players accountable. But to some, in some opinions, there is a way that you go about doing it. And some people have a problem with it because you are a first-time offensive coordinator. Technically, you are a guy who has never called plays in the NFL. And for you to criticize, so to speak, a 2-time MVP, you out of pocket. How do y'all feel about that?
Oh, we were certainly going to talk about that because that's the news. So people were like, what's the news? That's the news. Here we go. Now let's get into what you came for. You don't, one thing I've learned from, just not obviously just from years of experience, when you are a leader and you're coming into a new environment and you are now the new kid on the block in your leadership role, the first thing that you do, You don't come guns blazing. You don't come in, swords drawn, ready to go to battle. You go in and you build relationship.
Mhm.
You have to build trust.
Right.
You have to have buy-in. People who you are leading need to know that, hey, I'm on your team. I'm on your side.
Right.
Let's work together to achieve whatever goal it is that we're trying to achieve. When you come in with what I felt like was a direct call out to Lamar because he used words that Lamar has used in the past. I want to win a championship. I want to bring a championship to Baltimore. That's my goal. That's what I'm focused on. And then he kind of used those same words back. Well, when you say that you want to win a championship and you say that your goal right now is to, make it to the big dance and to win it all, it starts in OTAs. I know they're voluntary, but you have a new, you have a new coaching system, you have a new head coach, you've got a new system that you need to learn. And what better way than to get started? And then I was reading an article that kind of touched on it. And in the article, it brought up 3 Super Bowl winners, 3 Super Bowl winning quarterbacks who were all at voluntary OTAs. Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, and even our most recent Super Bowl winning quarterback from the Seattle Seahawks. All 3 of whom were at some point or in the year that they won their respective Super Bowls, they were present at OTAs. So the article went on to say, hey, even though there's not been a call out, he didn't specify that, like, I'm making this statement toward Lamar. Okay, the takeaway is, who else has been saying all these things more so than our quarterback? And then they bring in other quarterbacks who've been present. And I just said to myself, okay, how I feel about Lamar Jackson not being at OTAs, I don't love it. Of course, the more time you have together, the better.
Mhm.
But it is voluntary. And if he chooses not to be there, you respect the choice. Lamar Jackson, I believe, will show up when it becomes mandatory, as he always has. So that is for me, that is a strike one against Doyle. And more importantly for Doyle, he's 29 years old. And there is a CBA, collective bargaining agreement. You're not only going to annoy and upset your quarterback by kind of calling him out in an unconventional kind of sort of way, you're going to you're now crossing into territory that can really anger the NFLPA, because they have a CBA that says, listen, you don't touch what is untouchable. You don't talk about the fact that players aren't at voluntary OTAs. That's their business. That's their right not to be there. You don't get to cross that line. But he's young. That's a lesson he'll have to learn as the now new offensive coordinator.
Yeah, and I see people saying that he wasn't singling out Lamar, but who's the only person that really doesn't show up? And I'm not here to advocate for one side or another, because I understand where he's coming from. Like, I guess he's trying to earn his respect now because the players don't know him. And then he's trying to show the rest of the squad, like, yo, even if you're the star player of this team, you can be called out as well, if he was speaking to Lamar Jackson. And I do think that Lamar, as the leader, should be there just to show these guys, hey, this is what I'm about. I'm trying to win a championship. We all need to be locked in. But to Nitro's point, when Josh Allen decided to skip and Herbert and Lawrence and them decided to skip, we're not hearing all this talk about them needing to be at voluntary OTAs. So I understand both sides of the coin, but it's just it's hard to say. I want him there only because it just shows the rest of the team that he's locked in. Okay, I haven't been here in years past. I'm here now. I'm showing you guys, new coaching staff, new regime. We're doing everything that we need to do. But also, him not being at voluntary OTAs didn't make Mark Andrews drop that 2-point conversion. That's all I'm saying.
Why you got to go there?
That's
Okay, no, there's a few things that Hendo won't let go of.
You know what I'm saying?
Bronson Kafusi and Kamala Correa.
Oh, and somebody asked a question about the dude falling down the steps. Sergio Kendall.
Adisa Isaac.
I mean, listen, the list goes on and on, and it's
And
not
now,
just Eric DeCosta. The list goes on and on.
hey, Brad, good to see you. Good to see you. But for me, I want Lamar there, obviously, but I'm going to close my mouth if he's not. That is that man's right to not be there. You can't force it, and you certainly legally don't need to be talking about it as the offensive coordinator. Hey, he could have made a blanket statement like, hey, I want all of my guys there, but it is voluntary for those who are going to be there. We're going to train and we're going to get jump started. We're going to jumpstart the learning curve. But for those who do not come, we'll make sure that they're ready to go when the time that, training camp, mini camp, all those camps come about, something like that, something very general to where it wasn't super targeted to where it makes you believe, okay, he's in an unconventional kind of sort of way talking to Lamar. But that's just my thing. So, yeah, he says Sergio Kendall. It's terrible. Hendo's just, I don't.
Somebody asked a question in the chat.
I'm just going by what the great.
They asked who was the player that fell down the steps and did nothing for us. It was Sergio Kendall out of Texas. I mean, it's not crazy. It's just that for some reason this is a polarizing topic in the Ravens community. Some people feel one way or another about it. My thing is, win the Super Bowl, all this goes away. I'm not worried about none of it. I know whether Lamar Jackson is at OTAs, voluntary OTAs or not, he's going to be ready for the season. Not saying that he should skip it. I know from seeing in the past that when my quarterback doesn't go, he's still prepared for the season. Now, can this team protect him and get him weapons? Can they do these things to help him out? Like, you want him to do something for him, Eric DeCosta. I'm sorry, Eric, he cost us. Do something for Lamar.
No, we're not doing that today. Matt Rasta, okay, you're not impressed with Doyle as of right now.
We don't know yet. We don't know yet.
I know Doyle. Let's give Doyle a little bit of time. And I know I asked in the last chat, Matt Rasta, can you give EDC a little bit of time too? I know, like, we've given EDC enough time, but I know.
This is coming right here.
Doyle better call that offense like he want to win a championship. Wow, exactly. Yes, our QB1 going to do his part. And that's where I stand with it. Like, like I said earlier, do I want Lamar at voluntary OTAs? Of course I do. The more reps, the more practice, the more, community building that you're doing together, it helps. But am I afraid that, like, man, if he doesn't go to voluntary OTAs, is he going to be right? Is he going to be ready? I think he will be. So now we just need to protect him. And that's where EDC, come on, what are you going to do? That all eyes on you. What are you going to do? What are you going to do in free agency? When does free agency start? Leave it in the chat. When is the legal tampering period? When does free agency
March 9th.
So we have what? 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks.
And the new league year starts March 11th at 4 p.m.
So we don't have much time.
We don't have much time.
We do not. My point is, we don't have much time. I don't think he will. I don't think Lamar is going to show up, Kamal. I don't think he's going to show up because
he's going to show up
for voluntary OTAs. Yeah. I don't think he will. Kamal was saying, I think he's going to show up at voluntary OTAs just to shut everybody up. Like, okay, I'm here, be quiet. I don't think because he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to prove like, okay, I just have to be here because, people. I don't think he will. I'd be pleasantly surprised if he comes to, if he's there.
Right. They're installing a new offense. I think he's going to be locked in and wants to get and take every advantage that he can to get started on the season. Like, he has to learn a whole new offense.
I know, but he did he show up that very first year that Todd Monken was there?
Yes.
That was a brand. He was there in voluntary OTAs.
Mm-hmm. Now, was he there every day?
Oh yeah, he came a couple he came a day, missed a day or something like that. So yeah, he did. Yeah, he'll be there briefly. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
He's gonna be there every day. He's locked in.
Okay, that's strike one on Declan. We'll see.
It's because it's a dead time. It's a dead time, and people need something to talk about, just like us.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dead time. Like, we in a couple of weeks, get back to us. We'll be talking about some relevant stuff. But right now, we just speak about what's in the news.
Yeah. Yeah, he showed up in 2023. He did. It wasn't consistent, but yeah, he did. So he'll be there. Then yeah, then he'll be there. I changed it.
Okay.
Hey, Dre Dog, good to see you. What's going on? Hope you're doing okay. But so are we expecting a first-year play caller to win a Super Bowl? Yep.
Yep.
That's it. Because that's your listen, that's not my business. I don't care that he's a first-year play caller. We could have gotten somebody else.
Why are we worried about a first year play call?
Look,
If defense wins championships, and
stop
Jesse,
it.
listen, I don't care what nobody say. Jesse is going to get this defense right. Jesse will get this defense right, and Eric DeCosta is going to bring in some pieces that maybe outside of the defensive line. Eric DeCosta is going to bring in some pieces. Jesse and Anthony are going to get this defense right. So if defense wins championships and this defense gets back to its 2023 form or close enough to it, we should be in contention for a Super Bowl. And even without Declan calling a perfect game, so to speak, you still have Derek, you still have Lamar, you still have Zay, you still have who plays behind Mark Andrews. You have these
still gonna
guys.
have Justin Jefferson. I'm willing that in. Come on, Justin. Come on, Jefferson. Come on. Yes.
Really, because I heard Jaban walk back the big splash comments. Even during the press conference back then, he was like, we think about making splash plays and all these things. And then he turned right around and was like, yeah, but right play, right price. That's what we do.
I know.
So
that doesn't mean a girl can hope, okay? Wonderkin Show said Lamar's going to go to OTAs and Mark no Handrews. No Handrews? I don't think I've heard of that one.
Yeah, Mark Andrews. Yeah.
No, he called him Mark no Handrews.
I don't disrespect him that much.
You disrespect others. But anyway, is going to drop and fumble in a playoff game.
Don't do that, bro.
That's what he said. That's hilarious. Hey, Slim. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the $2 donation. We appreciate your support. He writes, so why didn't the Ravens win the Super Bowl in 2019 and 2023?
Because
we couldn't.
Your head coach decided, I'm not going to run the ball. We had especially 2019, number one seed, historically great running team. And we get to the playoffs and your man's is like, let's run the ball 6 times and zag and outsmart the Tennessee Titans. Because there's no way they can beat us.
Yeah.
There's no way they can beat us. And the defense not getting turnovers. Defense not putting the ball in Lamar's hands in opponent's territory, and just bad coaching. Like, people love to talk about Lamar and his playoff failures. Lamar had 519 yards in that playoff game. If they had, and then let's not even talk about the drops because of the lack of weapons that Lamar had. Hayden Hurst dropped a pass. That Seth Roberts drop that he had was a guaranteed touchdown. And that changes the dynamic of the game, because then I think at that time the game would have been 10-10 going into the half. So it's a lot of reasons, but a lot of it had to do with coaching. A lot of it had to do with not surrounding Lamar with the talent that he needed to be great. It's just a lot of factors. In 2023, we got away from our identity once again. We made some critical mistakes, some critical errors, and unlike other teams in the NFL, we can't turn the ball over and expect our defense to get the ball back for us. So that's why we didn't win those 2 seasons.
Facts. Big Reg wants to know who will lead the Ravens in sack next year. Odafe Owe. Next question. I see. Yep.
It's going to be Peter Boyer.
Tracy, thank you for being here. She said, hello, friends. Hey. Lamar Jackson is enjoying his life with the kids. I see he's not thinking about what people say. That's one thing I love about, I love so much about our quarterback, but absolutely. At such a young age, it took me a long time to get there to where it's like, I really don't care. But what other people have to say. Lamar in his 20s understands. I just really don't want to hear what I don't hear the noise. I don't care. I don't feed into it. Very mature, well beyond his years, but absolutely.
It has a lot to do with how he was raised.
Of course.
Felicia did a wonderful job. And then also you have to look at the fact that he's been doubted his whole life.
Yep.
They thought, he's a runner. He's so fast. He needs to switch positions. He went to a college with a coach that said, you know what? I believe in you. And he wanted to go to an offense that ran a pro style, not gimmicks, pro style, so he could learn and prepare for the NFL. He's mature beyond his years because he was looking forward to his career in the NFL. He didn't want to be one of these guys that just goes to an offense like Houston, like the University of Houston, and just run and shoot and get these gaudy numbers, and then get to the NFL and just fall off a cliff. he's thinking and he's mature enough to know what the trajectory of his career that he wants. And everybody else, it don't matter. Like, I'm a 2-time MVP.
Should have
You know
been
what I mean?
3.
My first year as a starter, I won the second unanimous MVP in 100 years of football. I ain't worried about what nobody else say. And I'm paid. And I'm about to win a Super Bowl over the next 2 years. What I got to worry about?
Yeah, facts. Bradley Chubb is going to lead the Ravens in sacks. We talked about it a little bit. We didn't, we focused more on Tyreek Hill, but should the Ravens bring in Bradley Chubb? Should we go out and get him? Should the Ravens drop it in the chat? Let us know. Dolphins said to Bradley, should the Ravens go get him? Just we have another super chat donation coming in from Slim0815. Thank you for the $2 donation. We appreciate the support. He writes, just showing it wasn't Lamar because showing it wasn't because Lamar came to OTAs.
Thanks.
Yep.
Thanks. And Bradley Chubb, I mean, listen, it depends on the price point. I'll take it. He had 8.5 sacks last season. I think he has 44 sacks in his 8-year career. It's more than the Ravens, more than the players on the Ravens have. I mean, it can't be any worse than what Kyle Van Noy gave us. So
and David Ojabo.
I mean, he's a ghost.
He's
mythical.
No, Imani said Ojabo will have 10 sacks. That's what Imani said. Book it. You heard it here first.
Listen, Imani
is a joke.
Imani like trolling. So
she does.
And right. Chubb is a good player. Like, he can come in and help this team win. But I want better. I'm tired of the Ravens settling for, he's all right. He's cool. He'll help improve this team. I need them to get difference makers. Like EDC, if you know that your job is on the line, go out there. He is always injured. Go out there and get some guys that are going to make an impact. Go out there and get guys that consistently get double-digit sacks. I mean, bring back Odafe Owe. Like, if I had a choice.
Wait, you don't have to say it like that. I don't need you to put some pep in your step when you talk about Odafe.
If I had a choice between Owe and Chubb, I'll take Owe.
You don't have to say his name like that. Anyway, you don't have to say his name like that. Don't do that. We see you. Claude is in the building. Glad to see you, Claude. Yeah, exactly. Kamal, bring our way back. What is the problem? We're good there. We're good.
Hey,
we're getting Mac and Owe for mentor. I believe that. I do. I believe we're going to get Khalil Mack, and I think we're bringing back Owe.
And this is one of those things where it's not an either or type situation. You can go out and get both. Khalil Mack is 2 seasons removed from 17 sacks. I'll take it. And his leadership, and he can show these players what Mitch's defense is all about. Like, he's been in it. He knows it. He can help the players, and he can still be productive on a team. So go out and bring both of them in. I wouldn't mind, but make sure that you do not neglect the offense when it comes to the draft and free agency. So we are 3 weeks away from finding out the direction that this team is going. If we find out day one of free agency that the Ravens are going to get a D tackle, I will not be happy.
I mean, I'm not going to say I won't be happy if we get a D tackle in free agency. I wouldn't be, because I asked this a couple of streams ago. Drop a number in the chat. How many guys are we getting in free agency? How many? 3, 4? How many are we bringing in free agency? So drop it in the chat real quick. Me personally, I think we'll get 3. I think we're going to get 3 free agents. If we get 4, I'd be like, oh, okay, we're doing something. I think we're going to get 3. And it depends, honestly, on if we get this extension done with Lamar. If we do, and we got more cap space, then I'm going to bump that number up to 4. But out of the 4 or 3, however many it is, one of them should be a D tackle. Yes. One of them should be an offensive guard. Absolutely. So then that still leaves you with at least 1 or 2 other free agents. So then if you want to get, I don't know, I figure they're going to get a DB at some point. But if you want to do that, that's fine.
And I'm okay with that as well. But I just said their first pick, because what the Ravens like to do is they like to wait around till all the good guys get signed and find the cheaper options. So if you go out there and get the D tackle first, and then you wait around to find one of the second or third tier guards, that's not what I want for. That's not what I want for my MVP quarterback. I want you to get the best protection that you can possibly get. Now, Chef Spicy Rice, should we get the wide receiver from Ohio State? I am an offensive guy 100%, 100%. And I played wide receiver, so I feel you. I feel you. And I would,
Mhm.
if it came down to it, I would take him. But
Yeah.
I think that they need to get some sort of protection, not just in the draft, but free agency as well. We need a backup tackle. We need a swing tackle just in case, because we have no contingency plan if Rosengarten or Stanley goes down. So I think our first pick in the draft needs to be an offensive lineman, a tackle that you can convert to guard for a season like they did Jonathan Ogden. But if they took the wide receiver in the first round, I would not be mad.
Absolutely not. You do not take a wide receiver in the first round. You can get one in the third round. You don't do it. You need to get unless the only reason I would change that is if you get 2 guards in free agency, which I don't think we will do. I don't. And that's why I asked how many free agents do you think the Ravens are going to bring in? So if we bring in 3 or if we bring in 4, we're not going to get 2 of them as guards. So no. And another thing about Carnell Tate from Ohio State. He's been dealing with a lingering lower body and calf issues late in the 2025 season. Here again, I understand how good Tate is, but the best ability is availability. And this is a guy who it has been dealing with injuries. That's why I looked him up real quick just to make sure I was talking about the same guy. He has been dealing with a lingering lower body and calf issues late in the 2025 season. That's a big deal to me. I know he's good. He can be that guy if he can stay healthy. But what if he can't stay healthy?
Right.
And now you're coming from collegiate football to a much faster pace in NFL football. And if you had issues in college, you're probably going to have some issues. Again, it's called a lingering calf issue. You're probably going to have some issues that are going to transfer to you over in the NFL. No, my thought, no, you don't get Tate.
I mean,
I understand who he can be. I get it. But you don't.
It's possibility. The best ability is talent.
No, it's availability, because you can have all the talent in the world, but if your talent is injured, if your talent is sitting on the bench because he can't play.
Right. Hey, Yolanda.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Falele was always available.
Oh, he just can't play. That's the difference.
But you just said the best ability is availability, and Daniel Falele was always available.
I'm talking about a player who can play. I'm talking about ingrained in that statement is the understanding that we're talking about a player who is a good player. And even your good players or even great players, if they are not available, how much are they worth to your team right now?
I mean, there's a lot of college players that had injuries in college and went on to have successful careers and not be injured. But I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so I'm going to say no to that. We do have a super chat, a $20 super chat from the great Xander. Thank you for being here and thank you for the support. We appreciate you. He writes, appreciate y'all as always. We appreciate you. Our new coaching staff will help us to reach the promised land. I hope so. I hope so. They will have an impact with free agents and in the draft. Trenches will improve. We don't have a choice. we don't have anywhere to go but up. Defense and offense. Ledford and the running game. New era. I love the optimism. I do. And that's what I'm hoping for. That is what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for everything that the great Xander just said.
Thanks.
I'm hoping that, look, we just turned this ship around because we were headed in a horrible direction. So let's focus on, hey, what we're going to see in a couple of weeks, what we're going to see in free agency. Let's get excited. And I see you. I think it was someone in the chat said, oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, yeah, I agree 100%. Like the coaching staff is going to help us. Jesse Minter seems like the kind of guy that's going to give his input to EDC and not just settle for, well, you pick your guy. He's going to give his input on the players that he needs to build this roster. And even with Dwayne Ledford just leading this offensive line and teaching them, he's one of the best offensive line coaches in the league. And we all know what happened last season with your man who fell faster than Owens Mills Mall. So, yeah, I think
on so fast. I was like,
I
where's
mean,
Lamar?
yeah, right. Warhop just was that bad that they just canceled him and just got him out there like that. So, with all
Mm,
that being said, I think that this is a new era. I'm excited. I can't wait for the season to begin,
yeah.
especially with Sorry Brodney playing the NFC South 4 easy wins. 4 easy wins. I'm calling it
Mm,
right now.
mm, mm. I wonder if Bradley's going to be cheering for the Ravens that game.
He will silently.
Okay. I think you will too. I think you will too.
I,
Yeah, definitely re-sign Draymond. Yeah, for sure. For sure. That's it. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. I think we have come to the end of the line for tonight's show. Oh, we do have another super chat. Thank you, Jabari Cruz Ellis. We thank you for the $2 donation. He writes, O-line or pass rusher in the first round? O-line, go get Ione. That's my guy at 14. I'm sticking by it. Hendo?
yeah, you definitely get an O line. Like we've said this one time too many. You build around your franchise quarterback and not your franchise safety. Oh, there is no such thing as a franchise safety. So yes, you have to go out and get an O line. We've tried the pass rusher route. We just haven't hit. Like I said earlier, when they draft pass rushers, we go into free agency and get more pass rushers. So what was the point of drafting one in the first round? Get somebody that can come in and make an immediate impact. Get somebody that's going to keep Lamar upright because last season was derailed because through the first 4 games, Lamar got beat the heck up. Like he was getting hit in his legs like I've never seen before. So you give him the protection that he needs and let him lead us to the promised land. First 4 games of the season, #1 in touchdown passes, #1 in quarterback rating. Like he was doing what he needed to do, but this offensive line just couldn't protect him versus some elite defenses. You go out there, get him the protection. The Ravens found, listen, you talk about Nnamdi Madubuike. They found him in the 3rd round. So the Ravens have proven just through even with Ozzie Newsome, they've proven in 3rd, 4th, 5th rounds they can find impact players on defense. It's just they struggle a little bit offensively once they get past the 2nd round to get offensive guys, especially in the Eric DeCosta era. So for me, it's you definitely go out there and get you an O line.
Yeah, definitely. Something else I wanted to say, Miss Yolanda, and this is from Sabir Abdul. Miss Yolanda, I agree with all that you're saying, but you can have all of that, but the coaching plays a major part, and they don't have it. They're gonna coach not to lose instead of a destroyer mentality. I agree with that too. Like, but the thing that I'm focused on right now is we have a new coaching staff. Heretofore, our coaches just did not get the job done. They didn't all the way around.
Mhm.
And now we have new guys, albeit most of them are younger and inexperienced in their respective roles. I'm feeling optimistic right now that our coaches are going to be able to really instill into our players going back, talk about the defense, going back to the basics, fundamentals, put
Yeah.
effort in every play. Don't be afraid to tackle. Like, your basics, your fundamentals. I think that's going to be returned to the Ravens.
Mhm.
On offense, play for each other, play for one another. Give Lamar a reason to trust you. Our coaches are going to be able to scheme our players open. They're going to be able to get separation where heretofore we looked at them like, man, Lamar just has to make a play every time because nobody can get open. I'm looking forward to change in that
Oh,
regard.
we already got change. I can tell just by Jesse Minter's spirit. If you look, even if you look back at Mike McDonald, because I know this is a sore spot for a lot of Ravens fans, but look at Mike McDonald. He went to the good hardball and came back a rejuvenated man. And look what he did with this defense. Jesse Minter's been with the good hardball. It's several stops. He's learned some things. He took, I can't remember the guy's name, but he took this guy and he was a middle late round pick. I think he had like 8.5 sacks the season before last. I think he had 13.5 this season. So he can take guys and get the best out of them. Anthony Weaver, he's definitely going to get the best out of this. And Kyle Van Noy was on ESPN or something, and he was talking about, and he threw a shout out at John Harbaugh, and he was like, I think Jesse Minter is the guy that can do in-game adjustments. If you see things going wrong, he can change the game plan and do something a little bit different. So now we have a coach that, especially somebody coming in, being that he was with Harbaugh before, he can see the mistakes that he's made with this team. He can just look at last season and be like, oh, yeah, I don't see the in-game adjustments. I see them playing a soft zone a little bit too much. The cornerbacks are playing a little too far off. Make these adjustments. Look at what he did with Derwin James. Even though Derwin James was great before him, look what he did with Derwin James. He's going to do the same thing with Kyle Hamilton. He's going to help Malachi Starks get better.
Yeah.
He's going to have Nate Wiggins get closer to his rookie season or maybe exceed that during this season because he had some third and some fifth, seventh round picks at cornerback doing their thing. So he gets the most out of his talent. Coaching plays a major role in building a team and winning a championship. And it all starts with the head coach and it rolls down to the assistants and the coordinators. And I think he has brought in a young, innovative collection of guys to help us get over the hump. And I don't think he's going to go into the postseason, if we make it there, when we make it there and say, you know what, Derrick Henry, you did a swell during the first 17 games, but I think 10 carries is all you need today, buddy. Go sit down.
Yeah.
What's up,
all right, last question before we go. Drop it in the chat really quick. You get one pick, only one. Who is the free agent you want the Ravens to bring in? Just one. Hendo, who would it be for you?
George Pickens. Listen.
All right, tell me why.
Listen. I know I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite.
Okay, go ahead. Just tell me why.
I don't sound like a hypocrite, but that man, first of all, we should have had him. But you know what? I'm glad we did because we would have ruined him and he wouldn't be what he is today. I think that Lamar needs that weapon outside of Zay Flowers because last season, part of the problem with the offense was it got a little bit stale because he was always going to Zay Flowers. Now you bring in a dude with a huge catch radius, a guy that can jump out the sky. He's aggressive in the run game. He loves to block. He's physical. And I just love that he has that nasty attitude. For me, I think that bodes well. And we saw what the Cincinnati Bengals did without an offensive line and two great wide receivers. So, you go get him and you still go get a guard and an edge and a tackle and another corner.
And just
and
say
another guard.
And a D-line, interior D lineman.
Yeah,
I mean, just go ahead and
say
another
linebacker.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, if you don't want to run Keith Mitchell too much, get another running back. All those things.
Just everybody except for the quarterback. Okay. Thanks, Hendo. I mean, you just said, I had one free agent. Oh,
we don't need a fullback.
Why? Because we were bringing Teller. We won't need a fullback.
Because we're going to have a good offensive line and we're not going to need a fullback when you can have another weapon. You can have another weapon on the field.
You just trying to get rid of. There are a couple of players that you just trying your hardest to get rid of. Our fullback, Pat Ricard. You're trying to get rid of Mark Andrews. You halfway don't like Roquan Smith. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. For me, no. No, exactly. Roquan, for me, I would say one free agent that I would like the Ravens. I don't know. I don't think Justin Jefferson's a free agent though.
He's not.
Yeah, he just signed a contract, I think, last off season. So I don't think he's a free agent. So I'm not going to include him in my list, but AJ Brown would be a good one.
Not a free agent.
Yeah, I didn't think he was either. Then I don't know.
He would be miserable in the old Ravens offense, not this new one. We got
we have
Doyle.
Wait. We have to see what the new Ravens offense will look like first before we can speak to that. I need to see it first. We haven't seen anything yet, so I can't make that determination. I need more evidence.
That's a Raven.
Yeah. Of the free agents, I don't know. Hollywood Brown on a vet minimum contract. Look,
I mean, not a vet minimum, but listen, that young man, and I know people are going to go back to that Detroit Lions game and those 3 drops in a game that we won, but they can't talk about Zay Flowers has way more drops than Hollywood has. And Hollywood has averaged 100 yards a game in the playoffs for the Ravens.
Yeah.
He hasn't been on the team since 2022, and he still has more touchdowns than Mark Andrews in the playoffs.
You leave Mark Andrews out of the rest of the conversation for today. You've focused enough on Mark Andrews. I don't know. Free agent.
You say it's a run first offense, but Lamar threw for 4,172 yards in a run first offense. We don't
I
know
was going to say Dobbs.
we don't know what Declan's going to do.
Bring in a Romeo Dobbs. I can see that. I can see that. I can see Romeo Dobbs. I was trying to think, is Romeo a free agent? I believe he is.
He is a free agent.
He is. Bring in a Romeo. There we go.
I'll take Romeo Dobbs.
That would be my one. I would take Romeo Dobbs. Jalen Phillips. Hey, Nigerian Nightmare. Bradley Chubb. Okay. All right. Wait, I said one.
Any two of those.
Steve-O, one. Now tell me your favorite out of all of the ones you selected, Steve-O. Which one would you go with?
Huh?
I was talking to Steve-O.
Oh, Steve-O.
Yeah.
AJ might as well not be a free agent because if they trade him, cut him, do whatever, they incur $43 million in dead cap. I don't think that they want.
Yeah.
And I don't think Miami's going to cut Waddle. I think he may be the one few that they keep.
I think they're going to keep Waddle. Yeah. Wait, Nigerian Nightmare. I'm not mortgaging the future for Crosby. Look, I've been saying I want Max Crosby for a long time, but here again, he is coming off of an injury, and my position right now has to be, I got to be fair. If I'm telling you that I don't want to take injured players right now, or those who are rehabbing their way back to, then that means Max Crosby too.
Yeah, and like Jose says a lot, as great as Max Crosby is, how much does he affect winning for the Raiders?
Well, I mean, the Raiders that's a different conversation.
Same.
I don't think any one player can affect winning for the Raiders. They're going to need a complete overhaul. Yeah, Dobbs is decent though. Yeah, so for me, it would be Romeo Dobbs.
I thought this is what Tez Walker was for. Tez Walker be the compliment.
It depends. Again, this is what I'm saying. We need to wait and see how we are going to use our players. I don't know if Tez is that guy. He's shown definite flashes that he can be that guy. But if we don't use him, then is he?
Thanks, dog. GP, are you with me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. But when you give him the money, he's going somewhere.
For real. Hey, Zeke.
I thought Tyreek Willen, but he's been getting burnt recently.
Yeah. So
Phillips injury prone, facts. Crosby hurt, facts.
That's what I'm saying. I can't. Oh, if you missed it, we talked about the news, memes and art. You got to go back and rewatch. We did talk about the news. Spoiler alert. Let me give you a hint. The news was more along the lines of Lamar Jackson and our offensive coordinator and the comments that he had to make.
Yeah. We're trying to discern, was it a diss? Was it just a generalized statement to the rest of the team? And I understand where he was coming from. He would like for everyone to be there to build that camaraderie, build that team. Because championship teams, I don't care if it's baseball, football, basketball, most of the championship teams were really close.
Yeah.
Off the field. It wasn't just teammates showing up. They were really close. They hung out, they did things together. And that kind of makes you want to play a little bit harder for your fellow man, for your brother. So it just depends on how you take that comment. I don't know. It was just talk for us to talk about anyway.
You guys want Mike Evans? How do y'all feel about Mike Evans? How old is Mike Evans? First of all, tell me how old he is. Somebody drop it in the chat. Google that real quick and tell me how old Mike Evans is. Just Google that.
I mean,
injured by Wi-Fi. Hello.
Listen, last season was really the only season that Mike Evans was really injured for an extended period of time. This man has 11 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons.
How old is he? That's all I'm still waiting on. How old is he? 32. He's on the wrong side of 32. Wrong side of 30, as Hendo would say. He's on the wrong side of 30. Okay, so if he's 32 years old, no.
I mean,
can't we get a wide receiver? Can't we get a wide receiver who's roughly 27, 28, maybe 29?
I mean,
I'm just asking.
But he's the right age for the Ravens.
No, he's not. He needs to be at least 3 or 4 more years old.
Wait a minute. If he's old, then what am I at 35?
Oh, now you know it's time to go. All right. Well, family, we appreciate all of you for joining us tonight. We're not staying here to listen to more of Hendo's falsities because it goes off the rails.
All right, 5:45.
Still, for all of those who subscribed tonight, thank you. We see you. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you. Several of you have subscribed. I've seen it in the chats. We appreciate it.
I'm
But
sorry.
we're going to get out of your way tonight. And we're going to look forward to seeing what we can see in the combine. We'll talk soon. We'll talk about who's, kind of a riser in this upcoming, draft, and who is maybe a
Yes.
faller in this upcoming
Sub
draft.
LBHT. Hey, make sure to go over to LBHT and subscribe.
Yes.
Tomorrow morning, 6:15, Jose and I have the Jose and Hendo morning show. We're going to come talk some Ravens, talk some sports news. Make sure to check it out. It's a really good time. It's real fun.
Black Willie, yes, please make sure you go and subscribe to LBHT. Black Willie, I'm from Tampa. I'm right around the corner from you in Central Florida. But he says, I'm from Tampa, and I know Evans will be great, but he has a long history of hamstring injuries. That's what I'm saying, Black Willie.
He's played through it each and every year.
Yeah, but he's getting a year older now. So look, okay, what you might have been able to do 2 and 3 years ago in your late 20s, you might not be able to do it. Hey, Minister of God, good to see you. Shout out to all of our channel members. Thank you, Minister of God, for being a channel member and supporting. Thank you for the donation. He writes, we need to fix our O-line before anything. Hello.
This is facts.
Hello.
Facts.
Yes, our O-line and our D-line need to be fixed immediately. Justin Lewis, I see you. Thanks for joining.
Listen, baseball life. If this team just didn't have me on edge every season, I would not be great. How about that?
Or if you were actually acknowledging your right age, it might.
All right, I said 45. Okay?
We're getting out of here, y'all. We'll see you very soon. Stay tuned. And it's going to be an exciting week to see what these draft prospects are going to look like. So we'll see you soon, family. Take care of yourselves. Remember that you're important. And we'll see you back real soon.
Yes, indeed. Less than 350 people in here. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new before you get up out of here. And if you want to replay, do the same thing. Because we'll be back next week, I guess. Same bad time, same bad channel. And hopefully we'll have some Ravens news. We'll at least talk about the combine, some of the prospects, and maybe Lamar signing his extension this week. And some other news that I hear is coming up. I don't know for certain, but maybe it is. But
what's that news?
Don't worry about it. I'm not telling you right now.
I know. I figured. All right, y'all. We'll see you soon.